welcome to my channel. My name is Kamira and this is my review for LAMH Huntsville season 3 episode 2 or season 2 episode like 23 or something like that. I don't know, depending on where you watch it. Alright, so before I get into the review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am still on the way to 200 subscribers. I'm almost there. So if you guys enjoy the video or any of the shows I'm reviewing this week, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, all right, so let's get into the episode. We kind of see Kimmy and Maurice having the conversation kind of at the same time as Tisha and Marcel. It kind of like goes back and forth. So basically, Kimmy wants Maurice's opinion on her conversation with Tisha. Basically, she's saying like, well, Tisha wanted me to check on her, but at the same time had been like talking, I guess, crap about her around town, and she would kind of like hear like bits and pieces. So no, she was not going to reach out to her when you're obviously feeling a way about her. They switched to Tisha and Marcel. They're talking about how the party for her graduation was really nice because Miss Wanda wasn't there. Tisha even said, no Wanda, no drama. There was still a little bit of drama, but I mean, for the most part, it definitely could have been like worse had she been there. But anyway, Tisha says that she has given Kimmy her expectations of relationship. And my thing, Tisha, she may be a little spoiled. It's kind of like entitlement too a little bit, but like, she's your family. She's not like your puppet. Like, she's her own person. But and my thing also was like, did Kimmy also give you hers? Like, was there a mutual agreement, or was it just, this is what I want from you, do this, or we won't be friends, or we won't be sisters? Like, was it and then Kimmy had her list too? I doubt it, but you know, whatever. All right, and Maurice was just like, we switch back to Kimmy and Maurice. He was like, does she really want a sister, or is she just kind of like saying it to be, I guess, to be on her side or whatever at all times? Like, which one does she really want a sister? Because we all know that sometimes you do not get along with your siblings. It happens. It's like, it's people have their own life experiences, their own opinions. You're not going to agree 100% of the time. And Kimmy told her that, like, we can be sisters, be family, but still see things two different ways. It's fine. We don't have to fall out every time we have a disagreement, but okay. Kimmy said she wants me to change for her. They kind of joke about it because they know Kimmy ain't changing. She is a straight shooter. She's not going to lie for you. She's going to tell it how it is. And we can all appreciate that about Kimmy for sure. She was like, well, I'll probably change for you, Maurice. They laughed, and I was just like, girl, bye. You know you would not change for nobody. And there's no reason to change. Like, it's nothing wrong with what you have been doing so far. Now, if you see fault in yourself and want to make changes, by all means. But not because Tisha said you ain't lie for her. No. So, anyway, they switched back to Maurice and Tisha having a conversation. He said that your family definitely came to check him. And like I said last week, kind of like in place of Miss Wanda. It was the cousin, the brother, and the daddy kind of coming for him. He talks about this rumor about a baby number 2. And my thing is like, where did this rumor even start? Anyway, Marcel says, but I would forgive you if you had an outside baby. I wouldn't. But you know what? I know many people that have. So again, Marcel says, I would forgive you for an outside baby. Tisha was just like, no, I wouldn't. I would divorce you and take you for everything you have. He was like, well, you already got everything I have. So, it was, dang, you ain't said nothing. I was just like, Marcel, shut up. I like him though. I don't really like him and Tisha together. I never see affection. I never see love. I never see, I don't know. Like with Maurice and Kimmy, you kind of see that he loves her. He kind of adores her in a way that I don't see with Marcel. It seems like he kind of is like tolerating her sometimes, but okay. Anyway, next scene, we see Melody getting baby Milani ready. She's walking already. She is just a little cutie patootie walking around. She's talking about how Martell has been talking about her on social media, and you know, she wants to talk to him about it. She definitely looked nice opening the door for him. She had on a nice tight fitting dress with a slit that was thigh high. It was cute. Her hair was done. I like that style on her. It was real cute. So it was his first time being at her new house, and she wanted to like go outside with him. She was very pleasant with him. Like, hey Martell, how you doing? You okay? She was very pleasant, and you know, I mean, the cameras could add like, you know, get it together. But anyway, they go outside to discuss boundaries. They already have their custody situation in order, even though at times he will say like, hey, I can't get them, and she'll see him at an event. Or he said vice versa, she'll say she's sick at an event. They get into that. They get into social media and how, you know, he was on like a smear campaign. He did interviews during the time of their divorce, and you know, was kind of, I mean, he kind of apologized in some, but he did also kind of try to blame her. But at the same time, she was doing interviews too, so I mean, it was kind of like they were both doing interviews. I watched most of hers, not all of his, but anyway, he says, you know what, the kids can see your anger, and he was like, well, how do you even know what I be posting? Because y'all probably have people sending y'all stuff. Even if y'all don't follow each other, people are probably in your DMs and hers sending you whatever they post. It can be like, hey, she's talking about you. Hey, look at this. It happens. People are, you know, people be here for the mess. People be here for the mess. Anyway, he was like, you know what? They discussed the post about Milani and her first day of school, and how he said 4 down, 1 to go, to kind of, I guess, address or claim his outside child. And you know, he was like, well, you can't call and curse me out. But then he at the same time, you know, agreed that, you know what, he shouldn't have put that under that post. Like, find a different way to announce. And like, honestly, why you gotta even announce it? Everybody already know. But anyway, Martell says, I'm not trying to hurt you, whatever. She said, you have disrespected me for the longest, talking about the tour and what he's been saying about her. They kind of flash back to all the nasty things he had said about her. Anyway, so now they just try to discuss, you know, the boundaries, and they need to get some help when it comes to them co-parenting. It can definitely be hard trying to co-parent with somebody who's a narcissist. I'm gonna just say it. Anyway, they both agreed to counseling, and you know, they say the kids are the biggest like victims in this whole situation, because it didn't have to be like this, basically, is what I'm kind of like gathering from this whole thing. Anyway, Mel goes inside. The Martell knocks on the door. The mom opens it for him. There was this very, 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 very awkward hug they kind of did. She was like, I ain't really want to hug you, but okay, it's the camera right there. Let's fake it a little bit, is what I got from it. So the mom says, you know what, Martell, you have said some ugly, ugly stuff here lately, but we'll talk later. And he was just like, no, we don't need to talk. I'm good. I said what I got to say. And the mom was just like, you know what? Just save it. We'll talk later. And they do talk later anyway. So while he was just kind of being extra in that moment, I was like, Martell, shut up. He was like, kids, hurry up. Your grandma's disrespecting me. Let's go. Let's go. Narcissist. The mom was like, he got some nerve. And I was like, yeah, he do. He do have some nerve. Like, Martell, shut up. But again, yeah, I don't dislike him. I think he made some bad choices, and you have to pay for them and deal with whatever you have done. But okay, next we see Maurice coming home. We see Monster outside playing basketball. He's about to get ready to go to high school. Like, that is definitely like a really interesting time for like middle school kids. Baby, I was something to deal with in high school. So I has to, and I'm a girl. Like I said, I was, child. I'm a girl. So I can just imagine like what the little boys are going through during that time too, dealing with puberty and like pressures and like all that stuff that come along with high school and middle school. But you know what? I miss my middle school friends. But okay. Monster says that he does want to work in the summer. He wants to mow lawns so he had to get extra money, but his yard was not mowed or whatever. They kind of joke about that. He decided on a school he wanted to go to, so they decided to go ahead and FaceTime his mom to let her know the news. Kim was just like, well, hi, I'm here too. Like, hey. But, okay, she says that Maurice would kind of do this often, like have talks with Kiowa in front of her, but like not say that she, not like recognize her presence. So she had to be like, hey, hi, I'm here too. Like, you know, and I think Maurice do better, because that's, you know, she should feel like she's included, and it just shouldn't be like she's kind of imposing herself on the conversation, right? Like, go and include her. We like Kimmy. She discusses the, you know, graduation party for the kids, you know, being able to graduate from middle school, going into high school. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Kiowa says she does want to have a sit down with them at some point to just kind of like clear the air, get on a good footing, because again, you know, Monster is going to high school. They kind of want to be on like in a good place, and who does it? Like, co-parenting can be easy. So let's try to just making it as smooth as possible for ourselves and for the child, because he's most important in the situation. So anyway, next we see Mel at her office with Tiffany. She comes by. They met 7 years ago. They're both a part of the Chamber of Commerce in Huntsville. She has also gotten married recently, so she congratulates her on that. Tiffany asked Mel, well, how's your mental health? And Mel says, you know what? I'm enjoying getting to know myself. And she does post a lot of like inspirational things, or like, today I learned this about myself. She says, Tiffany tells her, you know what, she has also had, you know, bad days after her divorce, but she has no regrets, because now she has her husband and a beautiful little mini-me. So, you know, I mean, Mel has 3 girls, so she got some little mini-me's running around, but you know, you can definitely have bad days, and you're gonna have them. Go ahead and process them, and you know, keep moving. Mel says, you know, when I got some peace, like peace of mind, like just peace in my house, I'm not letting that go. And I was just like, yeah. They definitely have like similar stories, and it let Mel know that like she's not alone, because people around her in her like friend group, business group have also had the same experiences, and you're gonna be all right. And she is. So Mel also talks to her about needing guidance when it comes to like rebranding herself, because she is an entertainer with her songs. I'm not gonna sing for y'all this time like I did last time. And she's an entertainer, a TV star, entrepreneur, and mom. And it's kind of like, you know, hard to balance all of that, because, you know, she wants all of her like businesses to definitely flourish, but she does not want to like drop off, you know, her mom role. And that's definitely like relatable, understandable. Yeah, but she wants to hire interns from HBCUs. And I was just like, you better go Mel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can really appreciate that, like being intentional about who you want to hire and saying they need to come from an HBCU. I love it. And anyway, so okay, next, Mel invites her to Destiny's dinner. She says, you'll like her. I think y'all get along well. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, next thing. Next, we see Martell at Chris's house. He had flashbacks to the whole Mel throwing the glass at him in the backyard, talking about how the other girl pleasured him and all that kind of stuff. They discussed the 47 acres and how it has closed. They're happy. And Chris tells him that the developer wants Mel to build custom homes because she has a builder's license. And you can just see Martell was just like, what? He was like, are you for real? Right now, like he kind of felt like it was a slap in the face. My thing is though, is like, if the builder asks for her, like they could really not care about y'all friendship. It's a business thing. And if she has her license to do it, which he said he does not, he's studying for the test right now. So like, I don't see the big issue. But, you know, he was just like, you know, why go to Melody? Like I just said, she has her license. He does not. Martell feels betrayed. He feels stabbed in the back. Like, he was like, you know, oh, so you trying to get your license to partner with Mel to go ahead and build these homes and try to like not go through him, I guess. But he was like, shame on you. You my friend. Chris said it's a business decision, but Martell was just like, no, because I brought you the land to sell, so I was thinking about our friendship. I want to help you out. Long story short, Martell upset because he think that he brought all this to the table. Now I will say, we all know that in the beginning of this show, it was Martell and Melody who kind of like pitched the idea to Carlos King. We all know that. It's not a secret. So, but anyway, he think that he just, you know, is his, I don't know. Martell, shut up. Chris should have vouched for him when it comes to the developer asking about Melody. He should have said, well, what about Martell in that time? I mean, Martell, people may not want to deal with you. You on a whole TV show. People may not want to deal with you. You have scandals surrounding you, drama surrounding you. They may not want to deal with you. It's not Chris's fault. Next, we see Mel and Martell meet up. You know, she's surprised that he agreed to go to counseling. And I thought it was interesting, right, that they're in the confessional together. I was just like, well, things can't be that terrible, but okay. You know, he hopes the therapist is not biased because he thinks the other one was and all of that. Dr. Price, you know, they come in to meet Dr. Price. They discuss the kids. Martell thinks that they're doing okay and that he does not want to bring a counselor in because it could create problems that are not already there. Melody says, well, they're kind of already having some issues because she says that Mariah is becoming more reserved. She's the oldest daughter, and that what's the 5-year-old's name? Boss Baby. I don't remember her real name. But Boss Baby has a song she's been singing about her heart being broke by her dad, and that Martell Jr. has resentment toward his dad. Things that he could maybe not know because they may not feel comfortable telling him because their anger is kind of geared towards him. So they may need family counseling, like to just talk to their dad about. And my thing too, like, you may not feel like you got to explain things to your kids, but like they have questions, you know, and like I want them to figure out the best way to answer their questions, you know, and it not be, well, he say one thing and I say something different. Let's talk about it openly all together, and like, let's get your questions answered because, you know, he still loves you for sure. We're just not together right now. So, but anyway, Martell says there are definitely issues to be addressed after he hears Mel say, you know, what she said. The doctor says, so what are 2 things you guys can do like this easy fix? Mel says, well, when it's time for us to do the swap and you get the kids back, you can't really tell me, well, you just keep them. We have a custody agreement. You got to be able to get your kids. He says, this is the first time that Martell kind of let down his exterior, his tough guy, his narcissist armor. Is that a thing? I don't know, but you kind of saw, like, I always see them as like real people, but his persona on TV, like the character that he plays so well, maybe a better like term to use for that, you kind of saw it kind of like let down just a little bit. He said no excuses, but okay, but that means it's gonna be an excuse, right? But okay. He says, I'm not okay financially. I'm going through a lot right now. And as he was talking, she was just kind of, you know, just listening, shaking her head, like processing it on her own. He was like, I have been stuck and not working as much. It kind of makes me wonder too, like, how much was Melody involved in their like business, because why are you not able to just kind of keep it going? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much well, I guess we see now how much of an asset she really was to him, because he's not able to kind of keep it going without her. At this point, you know, he's having a hard time speaking. He does kind of seem a little bit emotional. And Melody kind of tears up. She was like, you know, you can't see someone who you were with for so long, who you loved, go through stuff and not feel away or feel moved, okay? She said that, you know, she has learned to kind of move out of God's way and just kind of let things happen as they are supposed to happen. Martell says, well, when she was going through her things, she had her husband right there. I was like, I mean, he could have been a supportive husband, but he was also a cheating husband, but okay. You know, he said he tried to take accountability to a certain degree. He said, it's my fault. You make your bed, you got to lay in it, and I accept that. But you know what? The way that he comes off is just like, he don't accept it. I don't know. Like I said, he did show emotion. Mel tried to like reach out to him. He was like, get off me. And I was just like, dang, like, Dr. Price said, well, is it hard for her to be an emotional support to you because you guys are divorced? He says, yeah. Mel says, you know what? You know, he's seen me crying, you know, countless times in the closet or whatever. And you don't get to stop. I mean, you got to keep going because you have a lot of responsibility. You have 5 kids now. Why she say that? Because I'm like, he went from being like emotional and like, I'm not going to say you could. He went from being emotional to being like, why you talking about 5 kids? We got 4. 4? We're talking about 4 kids right now. I was just like, there you go. Switch. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's that narcissist stuff, child. In my opinion, I'm not diagnosing this man with nothing. But anyway, he says I do a good job with all 5 of the kids. You know, he don't want to talk about the 5th child, that whole situation at all. In the confessional, it got interesting. They said the kids know that he cheated. They know he's divorced. They have heard the fussing and the fighting or whatever. And Mel said, I have told you, please stop doing this. Please stop. Please stop. You didn't. He was like, yeah, but the kids can still hear. They're vulnerable. They can still see things, hear things, whatever. Melody said, you should have kept your penis in the household. We wouldn't be here. He said, yeah, we would. We would still be here. And I was like, I want to know more. What do you mean? Tell me more. She says you beg her. He begs her every other day to take him back. He said it's because of the kids, and she's like, it's okay to just say you messed up. You want your family back. It's okay. He was like, I wouldn't. I'm only saying because we got kids. I'm like, but you're still saying it though. At the end of the day, she says our children don't know about his other child, and you know what does it look like when they're gonna get ready to tell him, you know, about this whole thing. He's still saying he don't want to talk about that. Dr. Price lets them know about her experience dealing with this kind of same situation. She says that when they were no longer together, her son was about 7 years old, and she let him lead the conversation, but she was there as a support in a way. She says that my presence, me being in the room, and like how I can feel internally can definitely be different, but you want to seem like you're a team and you're kind of having this conversation together, you know, for the sake of the kids. Your family dynamic is definitely going to change, but we know families break. And there are things that are happening right now, like him not being financially secure and him working as much. Those are things that have changed because of his new family dynamic with having 5 children now, or whatever. He was like, well, Dr. Price said, you guys show up well as a team. Try to do that when it comes to you guys' kids, And he was receptive of her advice or her, her discussion because she wasn't biased. She did not pick sides when it came to, Mel or him. She was just a neutral party for them to talk to. The session definitely went well. They high-fived, boop, and, it seemed like it was a good, positive exchange, right? So after the exchange, they go outside. I'm sorry, after the session, they go outside to discuss the 47 acres. And he was like, yeah, well, I do know you had my back a little bit, because she told Chris to, you know, make sure it's okay with Martell before we try to do any business together. She was like, well, I am still considering it now. Like, don't just feel like I'm just not gonna do it, because it is money and I might do it. They get into a whole like back and forth. He was like, you ain't never built a home by yourself. She was like, well, I mean, really, you haven't either. You ain't put a brick down, put no cement, did a frame, nothing. By Martell Hope. Okay, I want to know more about like what was their actual like development roles, because a builder's license means what? You could do what? You can start, I don't know, making the plans, like hiring the people. I don't know. I want to know more about that. I'm definitely looking to get into real estate myself, so I definitely want to learn more about how that works. Shoot, I might even sign up for her class that she got online. But anyway, all right, you guys, that is the end of my review. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.